Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are now in Ray's Juke Joint. I ain't got no light on, so let me cut the lights on in here. And you see me right now, but it's I'm only here because it's a new show on the channel, okay? And it's a chance for the Juke Joint to grow, right? And for years, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. I don't think I want this particular team to be covered on my show. But I have mad love and respect for the host of this show. This is his baby. I'm just here as the creator slash, guy who started this thing on this particular channel to introduce some or reintroduce to most a guy that doesn't get a chance to show the world that he has a baseball mind. Okay. And usually you know him from his football takes, but don't get it twisted. The man knows baseball. Okay. And we got another special guest, not special guest. Y'all know who he is when he comes. Okay. But without further ado, everybody welcome Dan Goodwin to the Juke Joint with his new show, Beyond Brick and Ivy. Dan, what's going on?
What's happening, Ray, man? I appreciate the lovely introduction. It was dope. Nice to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this. Man, I'm looking forward to it. We're about to have some fun, man, with this. It's about to be a nice season. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination the most knowledgeable baseball guy, right? But I love baseball. Always have. I've always watched it. I've been a Cubs fan for a long period of time, and I will explain to the people pretty soon how I became a Cubs fan because it's crazy. I'm from the South Side, so everybody's like, "How you a South Sider? How you from the South Side of Chicago and you don't love the White Sox?" I'll explain it all to you. I'll break it down, and if you don't respect it, you have to respect it, even if you don't understand. You'll have to respect it.
Oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is
It's
terrible.
going to be fun,
but
man. We're going to have a good time.
Let's get this. We're gonna have a good time. But Dan, I know this is your show, but let me bring up another host, another part of the Juke Joint team who had the time to come on and join us today. Everybody know who this is. Here comes Jay Targaryen into the building, and we.
So you mean to tell me that
I know. You were one of the ones who's like, don't do it, Ray. Don't ever put Cubs.
You know what? For all the strangers out there, you only hear.
You were one of the ones that said, don't ever put.
You got to have a White Sox guy on the premiere of a Cubs show because these people will be allowed to run wild. And you got Dan, one of the three kings, one of the three kings. And you didn't let him bring his Cubs job over here.
I had to, bro. I had
to. Eric said he had to wear the hat.
Yeah, of course. Of course, Eric. Yes. And your name is in blue, Eric, on the screen. Blue. Your name is in blue.
Oh my God.
Enjoy it.
This is just all. You know what's crazy?
I'm embarrassed for my family. I'm
when
embarrassed
I was
for all
doing
my
a little
people
production thing.
What's that? Was that right?
Like legit, what was crazy is that when I was setting up your profile for your show, right? And I hit create, it was automatically blue. And I said, oh, I guess that's an omen. Leave it alone. Yeah. I left it at that. I said, God damn,
you know what time it is.
It had to be.
To improve.
I did,
so
but
Dan,
I said, God damn.
How did you become a Cubs fan? Why?
Look, man, there's a lot that we have that we're talking about here. The Cubs are more relevant than the White Sox right now. You know what I mean? We're on the road towards making something happen. You guys are floundering right now as an organization, as a record label, as an organization. And look, Ray just dropped out because he can't take it. He can't deal with it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But this is what it is, man. You know?
So I need to know for my sake, because you're one of the OGs, and this is your platform. We got to let where did your Cubs fandom come from? Like, how did this start?
All right, so that's a good question that I always get, right. It's like you're from the South Side, you're from South Side of Chicago. How
Right.
did you become a Cubs fan? Because there's literally not that many out there, right? So as a youngster, as a kid growing up in Chicago, I used to visit my grandfather in the summer times and stuff like that. And he was a Chicago Cubs fan. But the reason he was a Chicago Cubs fan is because of the history that they had when it came to giving black players opportunities. And
Mhm.
they have a rich history of it, like one of the richest history of black players in Major League Baseball. So I grew up and I followed his lead. I went to games with him. I became a Cubs fan because of that, because he was so heavily involved into it, and it spread to me, and that's where my love for the Cubs came. That's why I love them to this day. You know what I mean? And it's not just that; it's other things as well. We got this Sammy Sosa's of the world that we you know what I mean, that we love and respect, and we got the all of these players and just outstanding players that grew up that I grew up watching, and it really put something in me. It put something in me for the Cubs as a franchise,
Pause.
and that's why I love them. They're way more. They're way more. Their history is way more rich in Chicago when it comes to black players now than the South Side. And I
Wow.
love the South Side, but I just don't like the White
Well,
Sox.
guess what? The Bears led the league in black coaches, and you see how that turned out. Uh, but I'm not gonna lie. To touch on that history, like my mom's a Cubs fan, and her favorite player is Sean Dunston, and like
Oh,
he's
yeah, he's
not
dope.
like one of the statistical leaders or an MLB legend, but when you hear people talk about him and Andre Dawson, it's like they Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they were the ideal optics of what you want as an African American representing the Cubs. Like you go back a little bit further, you got Fergie Jenkins, you
yeah.
got Ernie Banks, guys like that. And so but it makes me sick to my stomach to say that the Cubs, let black men wear their uniform proudly and prestigiously. It pains me to say that.
It's a good thing, man. It's a rich history of it, man. Like I said, it's just growing up. My favorite player was Andre Dawson. You know what I mean?
The
I used to
fact that
love him.
y'all got him,
The Hawk.
I had, so I get it, right? I
Hmm.
understand.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I you didn't watch as many. There was more Cubs games on TV growing up when I was a kid than there was
Oh
White
yeah,
Sox games.
absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely more because of WGN.
yeah.
And I would, and because I love the game, I would watch the Cubs and I would see Sean Dunston, Andre Dam Dawson, right?
Hmm.
And all these other players that I can identify. What was the closer?
Lee Smith.
Lee Smith. Oh my
Yeah, Lee
God.
Smith was nasty. They just
Yeah.
last year they did a whole on Marquee Network. I know y'all don't watch it that often, but Marquee Network had a nice
No.
a nice little thing on Lee Smith. They did a nice one on Fergie Jenkins. I mean, it was dope, man. It was nice, and they pay homage to these guys too, man. For real, they do.
Well, I know.
Statues and everything.
I will give you that. I will
Yeah.
give you that. I have to concede that because you
What
make a
the fuck?
you make a good
Yeah,
point.
Roberto. You know what time it is.
What did he
Can you
say?
not read,
What did he
Roberto?
say?
He
Can you
said he
not?
said he
Can you
always knew
not
just
fucking
a
read?
closet Cubs fan.
Can
We
you
bring,
not
Wow.
he's
read?
coming out the closet today.
Wow, Justin. That's grimy, Roberto. That's grimy. But
That's why
but
I
the
voted to
thing
get you deported, Roberto. Remember that.
the thing about it, Dan, is that like for me, we never went past the loop.
Hmm.
Like never. Like the loop
Hmm.
was the cutoff for my family.
I
So
got you.
35th there's a stadium right there. It was a
Yeah,
big, beautiful stadium called Comiskey Park, and I spent
yeah.
the majority of my time there. Even
I
though I would
feel
watch
you.
the Cubs on TV, but the L stopped at 35th, and we got
Right.
off, or we got
That's
off
it.
the expressway off the Dan on 35th. We never went past the loop. My
I
mama was
got
like, or my daddy, or my mama, or anybody I'm going with, I ain't going downtown.
you.
You know that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't going downtown. Fuck that. But I
Hey,
get it.
we'll go down there. We'll go down there soon, man. We gotta get to a game. At least when the White Sox come, right?
Yeah. Where you wait? Talking about flip that. You talking about going to Wrigley?
Absolutely.
I would enjoy that.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm
To
not
see
gonna
the
lie.
White Sox play, come on, bro. Wrigley, bro. The Brick and Ivy, bro. Come on, man.
Hey,
I would go. I'll go.
you know what? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. I'm
yeah.
about it. You know, I got Ian Happ in the dynasty, so I could go support a fellow Targaryen.
And I will go now because my favorite outfielder just so happened
Mm,
to get traded
Oh boy,
mm.
to the Cubs.
And you heard what he said too. Didn't y'all hear what he said?
I didn't listen to it. I didn't want to hear
Oh,
it.
he's so excited. He's so excited to play in Wrigley.
Guess what,
He
Dan?
said he basically said it's a dream come true.
That's what he said.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
wow.
I mean, I'm adding a little bit,
That's
but basically,
yeah,
yeah,
that's disgusting.
that's what I got from it.
Wow.
We're talking about Kyle
And
Tucker.
then the J in the joint. Oh, don't do it to me. Oh.
And then he says, "Let's go, count me in." This is the reason why I did not want. So for years we've been on YouTube now for almost 2 years, and I did not want a Cubs show, but
I'm gonna speak to that real quick way. I don't mean to cut you off,
no, go ahead.
but Ray came to me, and we talked about Bears content, we talked about other things. This was like the last thing that he would agree to is a Cubs situation. So I will give you guys, Ray,
Are you
for
saying he
y'all
bent the
who are
knee?
upset with Ray about it. This was like the last thing that he would. Well, okay, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. So he wanted to get. He talked about anything and everything except Cubs. And now that it's Cubs, it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But you know what, Ray? Look, you're a barber, right?
Yes, I am.
Think about it like this. Do you just cut black guys' hair? Do you cut white guys' hair?
I do.
Do you cut Mexican? Do
I
you
do.
cut Chinese? It don't matter who you are. Money is money, right?
Money's money, man. Yeah.
All right, we talking sports, bro. We talking baseball. Baseball's baseball.
Yeah, I had to look at
Money's not important in baseball.
This is a fact. He did not want to
Take
cut.
it from a
you a
White
lie.
Sox fan.
And you a lie.
Hey, it's true.
The way these players are paid.
This was a my channel was White Sox only. But you know what? It's only because of the people that we interact with, my friends that I've made over the last 3 years covering sports with you guys. I could only do it if it's Dan, right? I can only do it if it was Dan. If Dan said he wanted to do the show, then I would do the show. And
I appreciate it too, bro.
Yeah, when you agree to do it, hey, and then now you got Julius, who's a Cubs fan, Isaiah, who's a Cubs fan. So I got Cubs fans littered throughout the Juke Joint personality.
Absolutely.
Right?
And they're gonna be visiting all the time too.
Yeah,
just letting you know.
I know they will. So I mean, hey, after the day, I won't be back on here unless it's Cubs Sox.
Oh, you gonna come back, Ray. You gonna come back. Trust me, you gonna come back.
I'm not.
Hey, I'm gonna demand it. I'm gonna be like, nah, Ray, you gotta come back.
Yeah, hey, whatever you need, bro. I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So what is so outside of him saying this is a dream come true where you have embellished the story, what are you feeling about like the day you woke up and looked at your phone and it said Kyle Tucker traded to the Chicago Cubs? What was your first thought?
Yeah, I was hyped, man. I was hyped. And it was like, you could lead, it was leading up to that, right? So there were days of, I would say a week and a half or so where they were kind of like, oh yeah, Kyle Tucker is going to be on the trade block. He's, the Cubs are very interested, blah, blah, blah. There's some teams that are interested. And I was just like, I didn't want to speak too much on it because I was like, I don't want to speak too much on it because if it don't happen, I'm going to be real pissed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I was just like when it happened, I was at work actually when it happened, when news dropped down, and I immediately hopped into the little group chat that we're in. And, I started doing my victory laps, my dancing in there. And, just for, just in front of all of you White Sox fans and things like that, just to kind of gloat about the situation a little bit. I was excited, man. It's a bat that we needed in the lineup. And what really stood out to me is like we were able to keep so many pieces that I thought we might end up having to give up. And that's what made it really, really man, it made it sweet, man. It made it real sweet. So I'm excited about it, man. I think Kyle Tucker is gonna be a stud in Wrigley. They're gonna love him there. You know what I mean? He's an outstanding outfielder. He can run. He can bat. He can hit home runs. He can hit for average. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's just a total baseball player. He's up there, and people don't really realize how good his stats are until you start comparing his stats. You know what I mean? And we did some of that on that day that he was traded to the Cubs. I think we dropped some of those stats in the group chat, and it was kind of mind or eye opening, you might say, when you think about him stacking up to a guy like Soto. Not saying that he's better than Soto or anything like that, but the numbers are comparable when you take a look at the totality of it. So, dude is a stud, man. I'm looking forward to it. He's in his prime, 27 years old. You know what I mean. Hopefully, we sign him for years to come, which I think they will do, and we're gonna be in good shape.
I
Definitely.
think the beautiful part is he wouldn't even have to play center field since you got Pete Crow Armstrong out there, and Ian
Absolutely.
Happ really doesn't miss games, so
Hmm.
he's protected by position too. He'll be in I'm not going to say he needs to be protected like Aaron Judge in right field, but keeping Kyle Tucker in right
You're
field,
sick.
batting him second
You're
will
sick.
Yeah.
will give him an opportunity to get into a new place and get as consistent as possible as early as possible. Some of the reasons the Cubs have been falling short of the postseason in the last few years is because they've been starting off pretty slow in April and May. If you get a guy like Kyle Tucker in a groove, in a rhythm early, who knows? Who knows who
Yeah.
he puts the bat on? Who knows how many 3 or 4 game series you win early against the Cardinals, against the Brewers, against the new revamp Pittsburgh Pirates rotation. Like, you're gonna have to jump out ahead of somebody, and getting Kyle Tucker in right field, batting second as soon as possible. That is of the first step in the building block and getting back to that point.
I agree, 100%.
I mean, you're talking about a guy. You talking about a guy. 1 second,
Now
because I
he's
got to
about
do.
to he's
I
about
got
to jizz his
Oh
pants.
yeah, put
yeah.
put them put them put them numbers. Ray's got him on his fantasy team, so
I
of
do,
course
I don't
this.
but
understand why.
the man has done nothing but be a stud. And last year, he was on a tear before he was on a tear before he got hurt.
Hmm.
Right before he got hurt, before he hit that fastball off his shin, and the Astros never wanted to say that he broke it, even though we
Right.
all knew that it was more than a bruise. You
Yeah.
feel me? But
Yeah.
he was on the tear, and I think he's just getting better. So let me just show y'all this, and this is this man's projections. Okay, and he is on my fantasy team, and he quickly became one of my favorite um, players to watch play the game of baseball, because he
Yeah,
does everything. Like, he literally does everything you want a baseball player to do on the diamond. He
Hmm.
runs. He get out of here.
fuck. I thought you was gonna put something.
Yeah. So he's projected to hit 277, 366, 503. Okay. 503 is just an insane fucking number for Slug, right?
Yeah.
But that's Kyle Tucker. But then you
That's
got
him.
an 870 OPS, right? But then when you look at uh, what he's going to do projected wise, right? 32 home runs, 102 runs, 95 RBI. I mean, as you work, is that RBIs or is that runs?
No, that's 102
RBI. Oh yeah.
RBIs with
RBI. Yeah.
95
No.
runs scored.
102 runs,
Oh
95
yeah, 95
RBIs, 21
RBIs.
steals. 21
Yeah.
steals, right? That's a sick number, right? And then
Nasty.
when you add on the fact that he's going to give you 33 doubles, right? Outside of the 32 home runs. He's just that guy. He's that
Hmm.
guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He is.
Kyle Tucker is one of the he's a top 3 outfielder in Major League Baseball.
Easy.
What?
If you don't want to say top 3, he's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
You don't put him up there, Jay?
In fantasy, he is.
Okay.
Well, who do you put
fantasy-
ahead of him, Jay?
Okay. Soto, Judge, Betts still.
Betts. Well, I mean, Betts was playing shortstop last year.
But he's gonna play right field all next year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr. clears Kyle Tucker too.
Oh no. He's
Um,
not above Cal. He's not above Cal Tucker.
Come on, bro. You don't got to do this, Ray. You don't got to go down this road, bro.
Fernando's
you don't have
tough.
to go
I
down
like
this road.
Fernando, but I don't think he clears
You don't have to go
Kyle
down this
Tucker
road,
either.
bro. You don't have to go down this road, man. And since you already got the
Yeah.
laptop up, why don't you pull up Nando's projected numbers for next year? How about that?
That's insane.
No, you want to do that?
No, I don't want to do it. But it
I
won't be
know.
this. It won't. It won't
It'll be better.
It won't
It'll be better. It'll be better.
It won't. Yeah, okay. Just to appease you.
What's his? You know what I mean? Like when you say his numbers are going to be better, what do you think is going to be better? Is he going to hit a one? Was he going to get 140 RBI or what? What you know?
No, just like 115.
115. You think so? I don't think so.
Yeah.
92.
Yeah.
That's what I say. 92.
Mm-hmm. I understand. If y'all don't think Fernando Tatis Jr. is a better right fielder than Kyle Tucker, this really is a Cub space.
Yeah. Well, since it's a Cubs space, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who benefits on this roster the most when it comes to having Kyle Tucker in this lineup now?
The leadoff guy, the guy that
The
hits right in
leadoff?
front of him. Yeah.
So you're talking about Pete Crow Armstrong?
No, I don't think Pete
No.
lead off.
Because Pete might be hitting. He's going to be hitting leadoff probably.
No, I wouldn't hit him lead off because he don't get on base for his speed to matter enough. Like I mean, I got a projected lineup.
I think he will get on base. I think he will get on base. I mean, before long he'll be batting first. I believe he will. I don't know.
You don't have to give me a public apology.
I do have to give you a public apology.
We don't have to go down that road. We're done with that conversation, Ray. We're done with that conversation. The question was
he's got a projected fucking insane season coming. Projected.
Well, because he,
only thing is he's going to get hurt. So.
Like
he
Kyle
definitely
Tucker,
will.
right? Like Kyle
or
Tucker.
get.
Kyle Tucker's ain't never been hurt until he hit a foul ball off his foot. He never missed games before that.
He never been better than Tatis either.
Is anybody better? Is anybody that's on the White Sox better?
No.
No.
All right, then that's all we need to know.
All right, so
Like
let's
I
talk.
said,
What the fuck? What?
Lineup projection. We talking about lineup projection, Ray? Who do you think benefits? Just the leadoff guy?
No,
Because I believe Seiya. Yeah, I believe Suzuki.
Seiya will benefit the most. Seiya's value is going to skyrocket, and you guys are going to have to pay him some money soon.
Yeah.
Well, how long did he sign for?
He's under contract for this
5
year.
years?
Yeah, he's under contract for this year. I think he might be under contract for next year. I got to check that though.
Okay, I'm not sure Seiya's contract situation, but no matter what,
He's under contract for 2 years, this year and next year.
If he does what I think Seiya can do, Seiya if he stays healthy, if he stays healthy, and you got and I don't think Pete Crow is going to lead off. I don't think he has the tools to lead off. That's just
okay.
Okay. You.
I think he will, not immediately, but eventually he will be the leadoff guy, I believe.
I got
well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show Dan what like baseball, fantasy baseball / experts who do this shit all day long. What they saying your projected lineup is going to look like. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what your projected lineup will look like. Let me get this back. So let's talk about this projection. So right now they saying
Ian Happ.
What?
As the leadoff, yeah.
Yep. Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Michael Bush, Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, Pete Crow Armstrong, Matt Shaw, and I want to say that at the bottom is
Miguel Amaya.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the catcher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Amaya. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Justin, you said what? Why are you saying what? This is the projection that's out there right now.
Because this is fucking trash and retarded. And this is exactly what Asinine was talking about. Now, you have an opportunity. How many are Ian Happ had 89 RBI last year on a terrible fucking inconsistent offensive team for the Cubs. You gonna fucking bump up, hit Pete Crow Armstrong in front of a better player in Matt Shaw, right? Look, Ray, I got a projected lineup.
You do have one. Let me
I
pull it.
put Pete at 9. To be honest with
Yeah,
you.
Pete's at 9 in my projected lineup.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you Justin. So this is just what's out there. Roto Champ. So basically, that's the guys who, it's fantasy baseball type shit.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking way Nico Horner batting 6 in a major league lineup. No way.
All right. So here's
Nico's
Justin's
a good
lineup.
leadoff guy too, though.
Here's Justin's lineup, Dan. This is what he wrote down for y'all. He has Nico, Cal Tucker, Saya, Ian Happ 4, Dansby 5, Michael Bush 6, Matt Shaw at 7, Amaya, and then Pete Crow turning the lineup over.
I
Now,
like that. I like that.
I absolutely do like Pete Crow being the one to turn the lineup over.
What I wanted to do, I wanted to put the two fastest players on the team hitting back to back, but you can't put Pete Crow and Nico 1-2. So
No,
you got to balance the lineup out. Ian Happ is the key because there is no different than let's just say Cal Tucker can hit 4 to 7 more home runs than Ian Happ. But what about Seiya Suzuki? Him and Ian Happ's power is the same. So you move Seiya to the 3, you put Ian Happ in a power position, the same position you would put Cal Tucker, the same position you would put Seiya Suzuki, because Ian Happ can hit from both sides of the plate. So you got
So you got
both of
Ian
their
Happ at 4 again? Is that what you
yes,
got?
yes, because you got the power of a left-handed and a right-handed bat right in the middle of your lineup, hitting behind two of your best sluggers. And then Dansby and Michael Bush are the same. Their ceiling is 20 plus bombs with a 250 average. You just
I'm
hope they
glad you
stay on the
said that.
diamond.
I'm glad you said that. 20 plus bombs, right? For Dansby too, right?
I said ceiling. You're not finna get me. You're not finna throw me. Miguel Amaya and Pete Crow Armstrong just fantasy waiver wire trash, but they
so
rounded out the ninth.
you have some propaganda going, Dan, and your show is going crazy right now. I just want you to know that we got a lot of
That's
people
good.
watching.
A
I'm
lot of
loving it.
bussing. It's bussing.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a nice third place lineup, right?
Of course, Gonzo. Okay.
Right, and
I tried
then
my best, buddy.
the fall of PCA is going to be something to see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is that going to be Benintendi esque?
Come on, bro.
That's tough. That ain't now.
Are you
See,
serious?
I'm just asking.
Are you serious?
I mean, you have you.
What the fuck?
I like Seiya Suzuki more than most people, like
Uh-huh.
only because we I don't think what's his, let me just find out how many, what's his total the last 2 years he's been here, game total.
Say well.
Don't laugh. It
Well,
ain't funny.
his game total. I think he played more games last year than he did the year before.
No, so
Um,
2022 was 111, 23 it was 138, and last year was 132.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, but 132 is not a bad number, but they need him to stay around that 150 mark. Like they need him in order to get where the Cubs can go. Cal Tucker and Seiya and Happy have to all be right there every fucking day for the majority of the year.
And
Like,
next to all, they got to be close to each other in the lineup because they all have good hitter traits.
Yeah.
Patient. I know when Seiya Suzuki is an outstanding fastball hitter. So if you put a base runner in front of him, like a guy that could steal 25 to 30, like Kyle Tucker, if you put him in front of him instead of behind him, moving him down to the 3, you can allow Seiya Suzuki to see a lot of default fastballs, people. That's the end game. Feeding Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki and Michael Bush, feeding them fastballs because they think that llama in right field is taking too big of a lead. Like, that's the goal. That's what you're trying to do. Get Kyle Tucker as much involved as offensive baseball operations as you can, so Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki can see fastballs. Period.
Yeah.
Like if you get Nico on, right, and let's just say, Kyle Tucker sends him from first to third, and then you got to see Seiya, and he takes that dumbass lead. Are you throwing down? Right? Are you throwing as a catcher? Are you throwing down?
Yeah, I'm still throwing down because he's a fucking llama, Ray. It ain't like he invincible.
Come on, man.
I'm
Come
just
on,
saying,
man.
because last year I saw a lot of catchers concede the second base, not throw down,
Yeah, you see
to
a
protect
lot
the
of it.
pitcher from what you're saying, Justin. That's where I kind of want to just kind of see where your mind is. They, what are you saying? Just a little, just that didn't happen a lot. I saw it a lot where they would just like pump fake it, be like whatever, right?
Fake
And
it,
then
yeah.
the pitcher can
You know,
go.
you
And
know
just,
why? Because this the one need trash, Ray. Okay, let's do this right here, because now you've activated my trap card. So let's just say the Cubs are playing San Francisco. Justin Verlander's pitching, Patrick Bailey is catching.
okay,
Right?
Mhm.
A very good defensive catcher, an old school defensive catcher.
being trained by one of the best ever.
You have to be careful, because Kyle Tucker can't outrun a guy like Patrick Bailey's mechanics. So sometimes it'll be more susceptible for Justin Verlander to pitch to Seiya and Ian Happ. But thank God for the Cubs that they're just not like young, inexperienced hitters. They've already got enough seasoning to where they can understand when they're getting pitched to and when they're not.
Yeah.
So it'll get back to the chess game either way, all because Kyle Tucker got enough speed to activate something, got enough power to activate something. He's enough. Okay. Oh my God, I'm spending time talking about this fucking loser. Let's talk about his throwing arm, to where how that's going to help the pitching staff keep guys in double play depth, because it's going to be hard for you to first to third me if I can hose you out from 260 feet away. I can protect that right field foul line. No. You know what? I'll
Don't
pack
get mad, man.
myself up.
Come
I'm
on.
packing
Come on. You
myself
lost
up.
your
So Dan, like I really I like Justin's lineup. I didn't too much like the projected lineup that's online. I saw another one where it was kind of like basically flipped, and Cal Tucker and Seiya were constantly 2-3 on pretty much all the projected lineups I saw.
Okay.
And then you saw just kind of like
Fucking bullshit.
there was some Dansby leadoffs. There was some Horner leadoff. So Hap Hap being a leadoff is it goes to something we're going to talk about next week on the pickoff show, right?
Right.
Where there was an increase in moving the best hitter to the one, right?
Really?
To the leadoff spot. Yeah, last year. It was becoming a trend across baseball where they took the Kyle Schwarber route, where you put a slugger on leadoff, right?
Yeah.
And you put a guy that's a fucking threat very top of the fucking game. So we're gonna talk about.
I can't buy into that yet, man. I got to see more.
No, I
you know
feel
what I
you.
mean?
We talked about it today, Dan. But what I'm saying is the percentage of baseball's your best hitter sees is higher at the top of the lineup because of how the innings rotate, right?
Yeah.
So how the innings rotate, you're going to see your 1-2 hitters see the most amount of one. He sees the most. Just it's a percentage out there, and then we're going to show it. We're going to talk about it next week on the show. But that's I know I would never put like Kyle Tucker at one ever, never.
Yeah, it's crazy
because you take away
you take away all their RBIs, man.
Yeah, RBIs.
You know, he's gonna get guys out. Clear the bases, man. You gotta have somebody
Justin
to do
probably
that.
would want to put him at 3 sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
On let's just say you got them getaway days. I'm okay with Kyle Tucker being my power premier. I'll just put 2. That'll be the day where if you want to experiment with Pete Crow Armstrong leading off, and you put Nico right in front of him, and then Kyle Tucker 3, Ian Happ 4, Saya 4, Michael Bush 4. If you want to do lefty. Just they got a young righty off. You want to put the pressure on somebody real quick. Yeah, you can do.
You know, Bush is gonna be good too. He had a great rookie season last year, bro.
Yes, he did.
Michael Bush did. So you know what I mean. Depending on if he can, manufacture the same type of situation going forward, with this lineup being the way it is, he's gonna benefit too. Saya will benefit, I'm sure, but Michael Bush will as well, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe he does.
And with Kyle Tucker being able to bat in 2 and 3, what if you feeling froggy and you want to say, you know what, Michael Bush, you want to be 7 for 11 with 3 home runs? Fuck it, I'll bet you 2 and Kyle Tucker 3, or bet Kyle Tucker 2 and Michael Bush 3.
Yeah,
you could move them up because.
And the funny thing about Saya too, bro, is like, okay, look at his injuries that he's had. They've been like fluky injuries, man. Like he's sliding into second base, and you know what I mean. It happens, but I mean, it's not like he's brittle. I don't think, right, or fragile, like a Luis Robert or Eloy Jimenez or something like that. Like what you guys have dealt with in the past, 5-6 years. The fragility of the players. I don't think he's fragile like that. I think he's more.
You didn't have to say that.
I think he's more. He's
you didn't have to say that.
Bro, we got obligation to the truth, dog. We got to tell the truth.
Right, but there's a lot of other players that are injury prone in the league.
There are a lot.
I just use 2 guys that I know you guys are familiar with. That's all. Don't
worry about what I'm familiar with. Bring up some strangers if that's the case.
So Michael Bush is projected to hit 236, 322, 416.
Yeah. I think the 236 is low. I think it's higher. I think it should be higher than that.
I mean, that's only because he's gonna get more at bats. I don't think that's because of the bat to ball skills gonna deteriorate.
And pitchers are gonna adjust to him too.
Okay.
Yeah. 22 bombs, 73 runs, 76 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Ray, he's gonna probably project to be the same guy like our boy out in Denver, Big Mike. Him and Big Mike, they both could be Big Mike, literally.
Another question I got.
Seiya Suzuki, by the way, 258, 340, 445.
Seiya's never hit 258. Why would he go down? I mean, he's up there at what was he, 282 last year? 284?
285, 283.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back-to-back years, right?
Yep.
I don't think he drops down.
The projections are changing because of Kyle Tucker.
Yeah,
he moves down, and then Justin is saying because of how they're going to pitch to him now, because of that threat,
If the Cubs want to take the easy way out, there's some games where you could hit Seiya Suzuki in front. Like I could lead off Seiya Suzuki with Kyle Tucker behind him, just because I know for a fact you're going to try to start off the game with fastballs. So I'll turn Seiya Suzuki into Kyle Schwarber. And I'll try to fucking start the game off 1-0. And then the guy directly behind him is Kyle Tucker. So it could be 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could start another rally. Like people got to open up their mind. Like all of these projected lineups probably got Seiya Suzuki buried 3, 4, 5 somewhere.
Hey, 9 is here.
The man.
We got that boy 9 coming in. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, another person coming to the stage. Y'all know who it is. It's 9, the infamous one. 9. Welcome to the show, 9.
What up, though?
I'm in a bad fucking mood. Hey, what the hell are we talking about right now?
I know.
We're
talking about Kyle Tucker being a top 5 outfielder according to Raymond and Dan.
Top 5 is not. It's not far fetched.
I can name 5 outfielders right now better than him.
Don't name Juan Soto 5 times, please.
I'm not. Fernando Tatis, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you finna say no?
Mookie Betts?
Nah.
I give you Mookie. I'm not putting Jordan up there. Jordan is way too.
Jordan's better than both of them.
He's too fragile. He's fragile.
How many games he played last season?
I don't
And
know.
you
He
talking
got
about
hurt.
fragile? One of them played half a season last year, and one of them didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's because the Astros are a bunch of liars. Since you're here, and this guy is on your team,
Ronald
Dan,
Acuna.
Dan, I want to, Dan, I want to,
What is this dude eating, bro?
yeah, Dan, let's talk about this though, because this might be what holds you guys back.
Pitching?
Yeah.
Or what? The bullpen?
Pitching in general.
I think all around.
Okay.
Like, do you?
So our projected starters.
Do you?
So our
I got you
starters right
here.
now
I got
are.
you. I got
You
you
got
right
it?
here.
Okay.
Hold on. I got you. Even Dan, I got you hooked up, man. I did some production work.
Our top two are nasty. You know that.
So
One of them are nasty.
Come on.
Shota, Justin Steele, James Tallian, he surprised me last year. I'm just gonna say that. Matt Boyd, and then
That's a lot of batting. That's a lot of batting practice, man.
Is it a lot of batting practice?
Yeah, it's 4 sessions of it.
4 not wait, 4 sessions is fucking insane.
Y'all
Not
gotta-
4 sessions. Tyon is gonna be better, man. He's working into his groove. It took him a minute, but he's getting into it. Like you said, Ray, he played a little bit better. I'm not saying he's not a number 2 or a number 1 starter, but he can work that 3 spot in my opinion.
Yeah, for a team with
And there's always the dynamic one that could be coming from Japan. So let's not forget that. Let's pump the brakes a little bit because there is an opportunity that they have.
Right before we started the show, I go on Twitter and it's like, look at this report that he's all lovey-dovey with Shota.
Yeah.
And the Cubs still have a legit shot. It's very possible, and he's very open to it. God damn.
He's good friends with Shota. Yeah.
Yeah, this is yeah.
It would be a great offseason if we were able to pull that. And it's not done. Like the Cubs still have
everything
opportunity to get some more. Everything holds the Cubs back. The Cubs still have opportunities to get a lot more when it comes to pitching, right? Let me see. I was pulling this up here a minute ago.
But who's the closer?
Porter Hodge.
Well, you got
Porter Hodge, right?
Porter Hodge was doing some of the closing towards the end of last year. I think he's got. I don't want to say he's got the one up. That's a fluid situation. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't trust it yet because I need to see more from Porter Hodge. But what he did last year was excellent. As of right now, he's slated in there, but it's fluid.
To be honest, as long as y'all don't have a bullpen, you could kiss any hopes of anything goodbye.
Thank you.
What about Ben Brown? You like Ben Brown, Dan?
Ben Brown can throw the ball, but he leaves a little bit to be desired for me. I'm not huge on him. I think he can. He's got a strong arm. He can throw it, but it's just something missing with Ben Brown, and I don't know what to put it on, man. I don't know what it is, but he just leaves me a little bit. Well, I just want more from him all the time. I always leave wanting a little bit more. Like do something else, and it's just not. Something ain't clicking for me with him now.
I mean,
it could change over the course of time, but we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, you got what's his name? What's the kid? Jordan Wicks. You like him?
Yeah, I like Jordan Wicks, and there was also a report that the Cubs were kind of looking at Carlos Estevez too.
Oh yeah,
he played well. He pitched well for the Phillies last year, right?
Yeah, I saw that. That. So I mean, the bullpen is like it's a lot to be desired. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's some they need. They need help with that. I ain't gonna
Michael Arise. Yeah. Of just notable names. Julian Merriweather. Justin's iPad died, y'all. He didn't even plug his iPad in for the show. That's just negligence. Julian Merriweather, Eli Morgan, Tyson Miller. I don't know Tyson Miller. Jack Neely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're just
mean,
gonna have some bullpen arms. They got there's also they've been linked to AJ Minter, Leclerc possibly.
yeah,
So there's arms that you can go get.
right.
There's plenty of arms that are available that you can go get that will bolster this lineup. That will bolster. I think that right now they're just waiting on Sasaki and see what happens, and then they'll start filling in some of those. But the bullpen is not going to be what it is right now. I think they're going to add maybe 2 or 3 people, and maybe somebody from minors or whatever the case may be, to help bolster that bullpen a little bit.
Okay. So I
It's not
mean,
done. It ain't done by a long shot.
uh, I think you got the Cubs by the spring training should probably add 2 more arms in the bullpen.
Absolutely,
In my
I
opinion.
think so. Yeah.
Because they're all also still linked. Well, not really. I guess they are still linked to him, but I don't think they're going to get him. But uh, I'm gonna
Flaherty.
put this. No, who plays third? Because there were talks about Bregman.
Yeah, there were talks about Bregman. I think that's falling through though. I'm not. There's.
Bregman's the type of bat you need in that lineup.
I wouldn't be opposed to having it, of course. You know what I mean? Especially until Matt Shaw is completely ready. I don't know if he's completely ready yet. He's going to get an opportunity in spring training. But yeah, I think you do need to solidify that third base because you can't go with your eggs in that Matt Shaw basket right now. I don't know if
you're
he's
gonna see
prepared yet.
Bruhan. Bruhan's gonna play third more than likely. Y'all just signed Bruhan. That's he's not Matt Shaw in that lineup.
No.
He's not shit.
Matt Shaw he'll be good though. It's just a matter of time for him though. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, right now he's the only option. I think you're not going to play Mastroboni at third.
No,
you're not going to play. Well, Luis Vasquez can play some third. So I guess I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes they do some weird things with our infield sometimes to where they miss and match guys all the time that I don't. Ray, I've talked to you about it at length, bro. Like that third base has been. It's coming. It's musical chairs, man. You know what I mean. So hopefully they find something to really get it settled.
This would be fucking hilarious, and I
wanted Chapman a long time ago. To be honest with you,
you should have wanted Chapman. You should have. I mean, I think everybody wanted Chapman when he was a free agent. He went to San Francisco. But this would be funny though. What if this happens?
I was looking at that. I was trying to avoid that. I was looking at that. I'm looking at that on my phone right now.
Fucking hilarious. That would be so funny, yo.
That'd be the worst, one of the worst things in the history of baseball.
Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and it says the Cubs have signed Yoan Moncada to a 2-year contract.
No way.
I mean, if it's a 1-year deal, I mean,
a 1 year maybe. Yeah, 1 year I take him just to kick the tires on it or whatever. But anything beyond 1 year is.
But defensively, you need it.
Defensively, you'll be all right. Yeah.
In that division, you need him. Yeah. Somebody like him.
Especially with the fact one, if you're not going to go get some like a pitcher or whatever, whether it be another one in the rotation or the bullpen, because you need it, quite frankly, in both of theirs, you need to have the defensive players to be able to raise the ceilings of the other shitters you have out there throwing the baseball. Mm-hmm. So you can't just go trot out anybody at third base.
Right.
Yeah. I mean that's the number one thing that's my question for you, Dan. Who plays third? Because that's the hole. That is the hole. And not for nothing, Yoan Moncada, defensive wise, like Nine just said, it makes sense. for a guy
defensively,
like
he can play really good, right? Moncada can read really good defensively, but there are just lapses in his play sometime, in my opinion. Like there's lapses where he just doesn't either focus or pay attention or whatever the case, and it takes away from some of that defensive. You know what I mean? Like
That's more so
he
offensive.
plays for the most part defense, but in crucial situations, he will blunder something.
I
doesn't.
100% disagree.
You don't think so?
No. Look. Those blunders exist on the base paths and in the batter's box. Defensively, does he look a little bit? Look. People laughed at fucking Grifol for saying it last year, but he was right. He said Yohan kind of moves a bit like Robinson Cano. I'm talking about purely body language. He's going to look a bit like
lackluster,
going through the motions, but the ball is going to get there. He is going to get there every single time.
Okay.
No matter how he looks.
Well, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it when it gets built. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Johan Moncada. I never have been. But we do need something defensively. And at the end of the day, we have enough, I think, batting. We have enough, hitters to be successful. But like you said, defensively, up the middle, we're great. Nico and Dansby, those are gold glovers. You got Pete in center field. That's good. Ian Happen in left. That's a gold glove. Kyle Tucker. We got defense everywhere except for third base right now. So
Terry Francona, as we said, and somebody in the chat said, going to Cincy was a game changer for Cincy. So your division, Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, right?
Right.
That's not a slouch ass division, right?
No.
That's not a slouch division. And as of right now, the Cubs have an over under of 85.
Mm-hmm.
Beating the shit out of the under. Y'all are the least talented team in that division.
You think it's under that? Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Y'all are the least talented team in that division.
We're the worst in that division.
Yeah, the least talented. I don't know if you'll be the worst. I still don't trust Pittsburgh to be able to put it all together. But top to bottom on paper, your roster is the worst.
No, I don't.
Everybody else in that division has a bullpen.
This is true.
And a better rotation
right now, but this bullpen, like I said, that's a fluid situation. It's not set in stone. We're gonna get some pitchers, bro. I guarantee it. It's gonna happen.
There isn't a name on the market right now that moves the needle enough.
Well, I mean, they're not going to get Tanner Scott. AJ Minter might move the needle a little bit.
That's a good. If he stays healthy, he's good.
Leclerc coming and changing and turning it back to 2 years ago. Leclerc.
Are you really banking on that, bro?
I'm not banking on it, but I'm just saying that is a name that's still available that could change the dynamic for the Chicago Cubs. There's who else is out there?
Lopez, Flaherty.
Cal Finnegan could help you guys. He's out there. He had goddamn he had like 28 saves last year for the Nationals.
Look, as far as rotation goes, if I'm y'all, I'm going to go pluck one of them off the Yankees. One of them, because they have about 7 starters right now. You go pluck one of them, probably Marcus Stroman, because he already been there. He already knows what's going on. So probably go pluck Marcus Stroman because they're probably selling him for dirt neck cheap. Anyway.
Yeah, they came out today, as a matter of fact, said that he is being shopped all over.
Really?
I'd go back and double dip on Marcus Stroman, go get him, and then go get one of those average at best relievers you just named, and then hold the fuck on. You can't. Y'all laughing. Who did he name that is better than average at best?
No, nobody.
No, I mean that's what you're gonna get on the market right now. But that's what you need. You need to fill it out, bro. Like the way baseball is being played now is where you have some of these guys in the bullpen that just eat up innings, guys who are average that you can throw in there and just let them go for a couple of, you know what I mean? And that's what you need. You just need to fill it out. And I think if they're able to do that, then you might be on to something. You know what I mean? But of course, you're not going to get anybody that's going to really move the needle in a huge way, but you just want to fill it out and have enough arms to kind of, enough decent arms, I might say, enough decent arms that will hold you over. You know what I mean? Like you said, I guess hold on.
So right now, Dan, these are the top relievers out there. Okay, so
Seawald?
Tanner Scott, Jeff Hoffman, Kirby Yates is a name. That's a good one. He's old as dirt, but
37 is he right?
37, 38, yeah. Carlos Estevez, you named him earlier. David Robertson, who's 39.
Mm-hmm. But David Robinson's been good, like several. You know what I mean? We had him actually for a little while.
I think he goes back to the Mets, but
yeah.
Kenley Jansen, Paul Sewald. If you can fix him, if you could fix Paul Sewald, but Cal Finnegan,
to fix nobody.
The Cubs aren't in a position to fix nobody.
To try to fix nobody. That's a Paul Sewald is for somebody with already a good bullpen where you don't have to put a lot on his shoulders. You can't drop him in Chicago where even though he is shit, he's still the best in that rotation. So you're gonna have to rely on him X amount. It can't be work like that.
It's a good point. Jose Leclerc, Tommy Cannell, Andrew Kittredge.
He's available.
That's a name.
That's a nice one.
That's a name.
I wouldn't mind having him.
I don't know if the Cardinals are not going to re-sign him. I think they will, but because he was and I said Cal Finnegan, but it was Kendall Graveman. I said Cal Finnegan, but Kendall Graveman is out there. He went up. He left the White Sox last year or year before last.
We traded him to I think Seattle.
Right.
He left Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you got AJ Minter, Tim Hill.
I think AJ Minter is AJ Minter's not done, bro. He just has some injury. If you get somebody like him in there, and I think they can get him for a fairly cheap deal too.
And the last one is the sheriff. So
yeah.
Andrew Chafin. So, do the Cubs get the over and under? This is the projected for your division. Let me move this banner real quick.
85.
So, Cubs 85, Brewers 82. This is as of today in Vegas. They have y'all at 85 wins, winning the division. Cardinals at 75, Reds at 78. Now, Reds moved up. Their line has moved. It's shifted. So, I don't know if it's going to move anymore going into the season. It would be interesting to come back to this like first week of March.
So you said, hold on, 9 said that they're the worst team in the.
Well, Vegas does not have them as the worst team.
They got them as the best team, the best odds to win the most games there, right? So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be nice to revisit that maybe halfway through the season, see where we stack up.
The Pirates have a better bullpen. The Reds have a better bullpen. The Brewers probably might have one of the best bullpens in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals have an outstanding bullpen. That's a whole, right? Put it like this: the Brewers have a third baseman. The Cardinals have a third. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they
kind of have a third baseman.
They kind of have a third baseman. The Reds have a who knows what he is third baseman. But then they did just grab a couple other guys, so we don't know if Noelvi's going to be the one, right? So they went out and got my mind just went blank. But they might even move Matt McClain over there. But and then the Pirates they have Cabrian Hayes. So anyway, that's your projections right there, buddy. So you can take solace in that Vegas, as of today, I pulled this today from sports books. 85.
Vegas is usually on point, right? 9. What you think?
Hell no. Y'all, I like truly, you guys arguably y'all might Y'all have about run of the mill offense. Y'all play
Come
the
on,
worst. Y'all
man.
play the
Run of the
worst.
mill.
Y'all play the worst brand of baseball in that division. You guys do.
That's tough because that's tough.
You guys have a lot of people that either A, underperform or get injured routinely. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't think so. I like it depends on Saya, really, in my opinion. If he's able to stay healthy, he's gonna add. Saya can hit 30 home runs if he's healthy, I believe.
If
If
Saya
he
hits
stays
30,
healthy,
he's striking out 160 times.
you know what? Sometimes if you strike out 160, but you can hit 30, 35, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have other guys in them. Ian Happ's going to hit 20 to 25. Dansby's going to hit 20. You know that. We got to bet on that.
You got a bet on Dansby hitting 20?
Yeah.
He's not hitting 20.
I don't know if Dansby's hitting.
I won that. I won it before I did the same bet with his brother with
You
with
made
Justin.
that same bet last year. You lost money.
No, not last year. The year before. Remember?
Oh yeah.
The year before with Justin, I did the same bet and I won it, and I won it again.
I've never lost any of these bets.
Just watch.
That I've made.
They have projected him for 21. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but you're right. Happy's definitely gonna hit 20.
Yeah.
Saya's definitely gonna hit more than 20.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Happ's the only person besides Kyle Tucker you can pencil in anything. That's it.
You got 5 guys that are going to hit 20 home runs on this squad. I believe.
You have 5 guys, and all those 5, not all those 5. 3 out of those 5 guys, you don't know if they're going to even play the full season.
2 of them
Dansby,
can hit 30.
you don't know if he's going
2
to play.
can hit 30. 5 of them, 5 total can hit over 20. 2 of them can hit 30, in my opinion.
Stop it.
That's the truth, bro.
You can't guarantee Dansby for 20.
Hap can hit. This is projected. They got Hap for 23, Tuck for 33, Saya for 23, Michael Bush for 23, Dansby for 21. That's 5 guys projected.
That's 5 guys, man. And 2 of them, in my opinion, if Saya stays healthy, I believe he can get to 30. If he's not battling back from an injury and going through that, bro. When Saya's on, bro, he's ripping the cover off the ball, bro. He's a good hitter.
And I don't doubt it. I just don't think he has the power for 30.
He's been up there. He's been up there each of the past couple of years, man. So he's been up there. I don't see his numbers dropping off that bad. And like I said, if he's healthy, you know, Saya's spending some time battling back. He broke his ankle one time. You know what I mean? He had a situation where he broke his hand and sliding into second base. Those are the things that he's had on. You know, he had 21 last year.
Yeah,
and he struck out 160 times for it.
The year before, yeah.
Yeah, the year before he had 20.
20.
You said he struck out. Yeah, damn, he did strike out a lot.
He's still batted 283 though, and 285. So you know,
no, for sure, and that's good. But he's not good enough to overcome everybody else, either shittiness or injury proneness, and let alone his own.
I think he benefits though. He benefits from Tucker being in the lineup though. So
everybody does, but does Tuck benefit from any of them being in the lineup?
I mean, that's a good question. That's fair. That's a fair question. I don't think he has to benefit though. I mean, at this point in time, he's gonna impact the team. Everybody from Ian Happ to the leadoff hitter to Seiya Suzuki, all of these guys are going to be impacted so well that at the end of the day, he will benefit from him because he's gonna reap the benefits of the leadoff guy getting on base.
Look, I'm not saying that he can't benefit. I'm just saying I wouldn't put all of your chips in that. He's been third, sometimes fourth fiddle in Houston his entire career. That's a whole lot different from being that guy to the guy now. Okay, we got to stop you. Everybody else is kind of like, we'll get you when we can. We have to go get you. It's a whole lot different.
He'll adjust to that fine. I don't see him struggling with that at all. You think Kyle Tucker is going to struggle with that? Honestly,
Yeah.
come on, man.
It's a whole lot different playing in a lineup
It's
with
a whole lot different, of course, but he ain't gonna struggle. Like Kyle Tucker is a stud, bro.
I'm
Let's
not.
not.
I'm, no,
Let's
by
not.
no means am
What
I
we're not
saying-
gonna do is act like he's some mediocre dude.
By no means am I saying that. But if you're
Okay.
going into next season thinking you're gonna get anywhere near what he did last season,
So
you're
he's
out
not
of
gonna.
your damn
So
mind.
what did he put up last year, Ray?
He had like a 993 OPS, 576 slug, and hit like 310, I think. If you think he's going to get anywhere near any of those numbers, you're out of your damn mind.
Yeah, that's basically his numbers last year. 289. Last year, Kyle Tucker, he hit 289, 408, 585, 23 bombs, 56 runs, 49 RBIs, and only 339 at bats.
Right. Hey, Caleb, only if I've ever heard that 6 billion times. Good luck with originality. But like Kyle Tucker's he's somewhere in between 2022 and 2023 in terms of what he really is as a baseball player.
22. Okay, so 2022 and 2023.
He's somewhere in between that.
So 30 home runs and 107 RBI, 29 home runs and 112 RBI. He's in somewhere in between that.
I'm talking more so slash line. I don't think he'll get as many RBI.
All right, slash line 284, 369, 517.
Well,
886.
They basically projected him for that 9. They basically projected him between 2022 and 2023 as far as slash line.
I'm good with it.
Because they projected
bring that to the table. I'm good with it.
They projected 277, 366, 503.
But like I'm not good with that because if that's your best player, good luck winning the division. Anything outside of that, you might as well not even think about it. Especially
so who's bad in that division? I mean, I guess you could say ain't nobody's batting that division that strong though.
No,
I don't believe.
In your division,
Kyle Tucker's bat along with everything else. If you're gonna have that shitty of a bullpen and a pitching staff, you gotta have something at least offensively.
Okay, so you're holding on to that, but what we've clearly established is that they're not done adding to that bullpen.
But there's not enough on the market to where it makes enough of a difference. Y'all aren't gonna go sign.
I beg to differ. I think they signed at least 2 or 3 arms. I really do.
There aren't 2 or 3 good arms on the market,
bro. You get we just said AJ Minter. Like, say if you get AJ Minter, you get Estevez. You get who else?
I mean, you could get Kyle Finnegan. You could get Kirby Yates.
Kyle Finnegan.
I mean, he.
What are we talking about?
David Robertson, even like why not Robertson? He's good.
I wouldn't go there, but
why not? Because he's old.
I wouldn't go there. Like if I
take him on a 1-year deal, and if it doesn't work out, then we trade him.
I mean Jeff Hoffman.
That's about the only name that I'm like, all right. Yeah. Everybody else is like, maybe.
All right, I got one more question before I got to get up out of here because I gotta run. I gotta do another podcast with about an NFL rankings roundtable. So here's my other question, right? Dansby Swanson. I'll be the first to admit it. Dansby has underperformed at the plate, right? In my opinion, with him in a lineup with Kyle Tucker and with guys like that around him, does he improve?
No.
He doesn't improve.
His problems problems aren't something that can be fixed by just adding somebody else to the lineup.
When he was in Atlanta, when he had hitters around him, did he not perform very well?
No, that's the problem. You said hitters. Kyle Tucker is one person.
You got Ian Happ. I'm done. I'm done.
Is Ian Happ, Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna?
We're done. This is my show. Get him up out of here. Matter of fact,
Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna? Is he Ronald Acuna? Freddie Freeman?
I'm not saying there. I'm not saying Ronald Acuna. I'm not saying Freddie Freeman. But Ian Happ is a good bat. He is a good bat. Seiya Suzuki is a good bat. Kyle Tucker's a good bat. When you have those type of players around him, he will do better. I think he steps in, he ups it. You know, he had 16 home runs or whatever last year. He'll have some more this year, Dingers. And he'll bat for a better average, I believe. I believe so.
Good bats to Hall of Famers is a big difference.
So
I believe he improves upon what he did last year. That's all I'm saying.
So,
improves.
that's not
I'm not saying world beater. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he improves though.
That's not hard.
So since you brought it up, so let's look at this. Let me just show you something that I look at, right?
Okay.
So boom, here's Savant, right? You see it? So that's rookie year / whatever, right? Down in Atlanta. So one rookie year down in Atlanta, you know, boom, boom. So now this is his year where he pops off. See all that, right? Okay, boom. So that's 2019. All right, here we go. Here's 2020.
And here we go with the issues, right?
There it is. 2020 issues. Worse. 2021 issues. Once again, now he comes to the Cubs. Oh, okay. Look, he's with the Cubs. Back to this, right?
It was nice. It was a nice year.
But still, this.
Okay.
With K, no walks, right? Right? Back again. He's walking again more last year, right? With less at bats. Okay. And then once again, whiffing, and now he's Kane with the whiffs, and he's not hitting the ball as hard. Okay, so those are the things I be like, all right, bet. And then look at last year. So it's like it's not a trend where he's going like this or staying here. You know, Dansby is not. What's the word?
He's underperformed. I said that. Yeah. You know, he hasn't been. You know, defensively, he's been great. He's been excellent, right? Gold gloves and everything like that. But at the plate, he has underperformed. He has. And you know, I'm not happy with it. I knew he wasn't going to be a guy that comes in here and smashes home runs and hits for, you know, tons of slug and things like that. But I did think he would get on base far more frequently. I didn't think he would have as many problems that he has as the plate, you know.
He will stay
I need him to improve, though. He does need to improve.
He will stay batting 5-6. In that lineup.
And that's fine. That's fine. With the batters that we have, I'm good with him at 5-6. If he can produce at 5-6, though, that's the problem. Can he produce there?
No.
No production. All right.
Genuinely, I believe you're going to see the exact same thing you saw last season.
I hope not. I hope not.
No.
I hope not.
I was going to say I hope not too, but that's a lie.
Where did Justin had him at 5? And they're projecting him at 5. So there it is. So okay. Well, Dan, hey, it's your show. I'm gonna let you close your show, and we're gonna end it, and so on and so forth, my boy.
Man, I appreciate it. Once again, I appreciate Ace 9. Thanks for stopping through, man. I appreciate it. Ray, of course, we appreciate you letting me do this thing and showing love and everything like that. For the people that tuned in, thank you all. Hopefully you come back, man. We're gonna have a lot of stuff. It's gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a enjoyable experience. I can't wait to get everybody that's involved in the family on this thing. Plenty of my Cubs friends and family members will join us as well. We look forward to a nice season. Like I said before at the beginning, we are on the up. You guys are headed down. That's the way it's been for the last several years. That's the way it will continue to be. And you should be happy that I'm now a part of this, because we bring some stability to this lackluster thing that you guys call baseball in Chicago, because at least we have one team in Chicago that's actually trying to win. You guys,
last time y'all made the playoffs?
It doesn't matter. We're trying to win. Like I said, we're trying to win. Let's not worry about that. When's the last time y'all won the World Series? When's the last time? How old were you, 9, when y'all won the World Series?
Why are we here?
9, just tell me how old you were. Can you tell me how old you were?
I was like 7.
Hey man, this is starting to become propaganda.
No, man. I with all due respect, man, I appreciate it. I love you guys, man. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me do this. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm enjoy it for sure.
All right. Well, this has been the premier show, Brick, Beyond the Brick and Ivy.
Absolutely.
Beyond the Brick and Ivy on Wednesdays. I don't know what time Dan will put it out. He'll tweet it out, so on and so forth when he gonna go live. So everybody watching, go over to YouTube, subscribe over there, like the show, so on and so forth. If you're on Twitter, slide over to YouTube for us, subscribe, and then just keep watching us on X,
and all the shows on Ray's Juke Joint, man. I mean, the Fair Catch, you got Bad Guy Radio, you got Ray with Eric dropping knowledge on what is that, on Mondays, right?
On Mondays, yeah. So we got two shows on Mondays,
plenty of baseball stuff.
One on Tuesday, you on Wednesday, and then Greg does basketball on Thursday. So
that's what's up.
Be on the lookout for all of that. All right.
That's what's up. Y'all take it easy.
All right, brother. All right, we're out of here. Thank you, Nine, for coming. And plug your iPad up, Justin. All right, this has been Beyond the Brick and Ivy with Dan Goodwin.
That's it.